And welcome to the Aaron Katzman Show. I'm your host, Aaron Katzman. We speak to your life, your money, and your investments. And as always, are coming to you from the spiritual and soon-to-be financial capital of the world, Jerusalem, Israel. If you like this content, please hit the like button below. And if you've not yet done so, please subscribe to both our YouTube channel and to the podcast. So I had an interesting set of calls a couple of weeks ago. What I'd like to speak about is how the exact same investment, seemingly phenomenal, may not be the right type of investment for two different generations, right? For a child and for a parent, okay? I got a call from a lady a few weeks ago, and I don't do real estate, right? Just make that very, very clear. I'm not making any recommendations on real estate ever. I just was sort of walking through numbers and how much they have to invest and put down, and if they can handle the apartment, the apartment. I got a call from a lady, a young woman, who was looking at investing in a real estate project in a very interesting part of Israel. And we went through, I actually ended up meeting the people because I was thinking about it even for myself. And I ended up backing out for other reasons, had nothing to do with the investment. We went through the numbers and how much money she would have to put down and how much other money she had and what the payments would be. And it looked like a really, really interesting investment with, believe it or not, lots and lots of upside potential. She then turned around and spoke to her parents about this same investment. And I know them, and they started calling me. And then she called me back. And I don't want to go through that. I didn't have such in-depth contact with the parents, but I was speaking more at length with the daughter. And she was telling me, obviously, what I already knew, right? All the benefits of the investment. But then I said, you're not in the same financial situation as your parents are, right? They're retired. They're in their early 70s already. The project won't be done until they're like 76 years old, right? In the meantime, she wanted them basically to take more than half of their net worth and tie it up into this project. Now, that would have left them with not enough liquidity. They would not have been able to make ends meet on a monthly basis by doing so. So they had two choices: either go back to work, right, or cut their lifestyle significantly and live, on, Social Security and the Israeli version of Social Security. And I said, not every investment, which is good for you, is necessarily good for your parents. And she just didn't understand. And they started calling me again. She called me back. And this kept going around and around and around. I said, look, what do you want me to tell you, right? If you want to go ahead and do the investment, go ahead, right? I'm not going to stop you. Do what you want to do. And you know what? It's probably going to be an excellent investment. But what are they going to eat? Are you going to like send food packages over? Right? They're in a pretty good financial situation right now, but they're going to be left with next to nothing at the end of the day if they do this. They might even have to take out a mortgage at the end of the day. And they're in their mid-70s. So first of all, even if they can get a mortgage is going to be surprising. But even if they can, they're going to want to start owning money for what? And first of all, they're going to get good rent. I said their rent is terrible, right? This project is all about buying it on paper because of, the first rule of real estate, right? It's where it is. What's the word? I'm blanking right now. Location, location, location. There we go. Whew, not that old. the, the old mind still works a little slower than for many of you out there, but it's location, location, location. Okay. Now this was unbelievable. And the fact is, I said, I wouldn't be shocked if it's a fantastic investment. But what are they going to do? They're going to be saddled with a mortgage and they're going to make the yield on their properties. Like I said, it's all about capital appreciation. They make like 2.5%. It's not a good investment vis-a-vis that. And they're only going to be able to realize the capital appreciation maybe in 4 years, if not 5, if they're lucky. Right in the meantime, they're going to be nearing 80. And they won't have any liquidity. They have no money because they put all their money on the down payment virtually. I said, this is a terrible investment for them. So I wish you well. You're going to make hopefully it'll be a bonanza for you. It'll lead to many more opportunities and a great financial situation. I said, for you, it makes lots of financial sense. For your parents, disaster. So why do you keep pushing it? Well, I thought that things had sort of died down. And then like a few days ago, I got a call from one of the parents and it's still apparently on the burner. They're like, oh yeah, we got to speak because we've got to do this real estate deal. I'm like, you know what? Do what you want. Okay, leave me out of it. I don't have anything to do with this. You're making a big mistake, okay? Because the same investment always doesn't necessarily, even if it's great, doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for everyone, right? Investing is very much about matching your goals and your needs, right? The goal to make money doesn't always supersede the need to be able to buy food on a weekly basis. And I couldn't pound that into their head. So I wish them well. But that's the key takeaway here, right? The same investment, which might be phenomenal, doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for both a child and for a parent, for both a younger person who's in the accumulation mode of their life and for a retiree who needs maybe supplementary income, as is in the case of the people I'm speaking about. Okay, so don't necessarily listen to your kids when they think they've got a phenomenal investment. Don't necessarily listen to the marketer of the said investment, because they don't probably know your financial situation, the insides and outs of your financial situation, okay? Make sure whenever you pull the trigger on an investment that first of all, you understand it and that it suits your goals and your needs, both short-term and long-term. Right? And if you've got, a specific situation that you're speaking about, you're retired, and you're living off of supplementary income, or some of the cash that you have, you're drawing it down, tying up money for a long, long time and earning nothing on that, on the hope that it will grow, and then the hope that you'll be able to rent out a property and make a measly 2 or 3% annually, which you can get double in a CD today, at least. Just doesn't make a lot of sense, okay? So if you don't think you have that knowledge, reach out and speak to an advisor. Some kind of a financial professional can help walk you through that process, but just I beg you, don't get sucked into the fact that it's a phenomenal investment, because phenomenal investments are not for everyone. Thank you for cooperating with my rant. And remember, we might be old, but it still works occasionally. Location, 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 the key to real estate investing. You've been tuning in to the Aaron Katzman Show. We speak to you about your life, your money, and your investments. If you like this content, please hit the like button below. And if you've not yet done so, please subscribe to both the YouTube channel and to the podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll speak to you soon.